The global narrative is being flipped. While Western critics question if Africa has enough people, they are missing a monumental truth: Africa isn't just growing, it is preparing to become the world's largest consumer market and most dynamic labor force by 2050. This isn't just a demographic shift, it is a total redistribution of global power. Today, we are diving deep into the debate sparked by recent reports in the Financial Times regarding Africa's population dynamics. Is our numbers a challenge or our greatest weapon? We will explore why the West is suddenly terrified of our demographic explosion, how the African Continental Free Trade Area AfCFTA is turning these millions into a unified economic powerhouse, and why the next decade belongs to the continent. Let us look at the history. For decades, Western narratives framed Africa as underpopulated or lacking. This was a convenient myth that allowed the West to maintain its grip on resources without fearing competition. But the math has changed. In the last 20 years, Africa's population has surged, while Europe and East Asia face rapid aging and shrinking workforces. We are moving from an era of scarcity to an era of abundance. The problem isn't that we have too few people, it is that the West is not prepared for how much power millions of young Africans will wield when they enter the global marketplace. Currently, the situation is unprecedented. By 2050, 1 in 4 people on Earth will be African. This creates a massive youth bulge. While some economists argue this requires heavy infrastructure investment, and they are right, the real story is the scale of opportunity. Every new person is a potential consumer, a new tech innovator, and a producer for the global supply chain. Like this video help more Africans see this story. When we look at the key players, the shift is visible. Look at Nigeria, projected to become the third most populous country in the world by 2050. Look at Ethiopia and Egypt, which are becoming industrial hubs for the continent. These aren't just isolated success stories, they are part of a coordinated movement toward integration. The AfCFTA isn't just a trade agreement, it is the blueprint for turning a continent of diverse nations into one single, massive market. When you have over 1.3 billion people under one trade umbrella, your bargaining power with global corporations becomes absolute. This leads us to the core of the Africa Rising narrative. We are moving away from being a source of raw materials for others to becoming the center of production and consumption. The West is beginning to realize that they can no longer ignore the African consumer. Whether it's fintech in Kenya, manufacturing in Morocco, or the massive infrastructure project across the Sahara, the momentum is undeniable. We are not just rising, we are reclaiming our seat at the head of the global table. Subscribe for honest, Pan-African analysis you won't find on CNN or BBC. What does this mean for our future? It means the next decade is about infrastructure, education, and internal trade. We must build the roads to connect our cities and the digital networks to connect our youth. The transition from a developing continent to a leading one is happening in real time. The question isn't if we have enough people, it is whether the rest of the world is ready for what happens when those millions of Africans decide to lead. Check out this next video where we break down how Africa's tech boom is bypassing traditional Western banking systems. The era of African dominance is no longer a prophecy, it is a mathematical certainty. I want to hear from you. Do you believe our growing population is our greatest economic engine? Let me know in the comments below. Let us start a conversation about our future. See you in the next one.